I'm going to talk about the brake light staying on a Honda Civic. It's 2002 Honda Civic, and I'm sure it applies to others as well. A couple of things that could be causing brake lights to stay on. First thing we probably want to look at is this switch that's at the top of the brake pedal up under the dash, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'm going to show you on the outside the vehicle these things that how they look in there. But this brake light switch has the white end of it here. When it's depressed, I mean the brake pedal up, it would turn the brake lights off. When you push in the brake pedal, that white tab will fall out or come out by a spring load, and it would turn your brake lights on. At the top of the brake pedal that tab is hitting, the switch is hitting, there's a hole in the top of the brake light switch that a white plastic tab is inserted. If you find pieces of plastic on the floor, your floorboard look like this is definitely one of your problems, because that white part of that switch will stay out, causing it falls into the hole at the top of the brake pedal arm, and it will leave your brake lights on. So, a couple of things about this brake light switch. You can see that the two sides of it have these grips on it, almost like a zip tie. That will lock in place depending on the depth you need to go have this thing inserted to activate the switch on the end. If you need to replace this switch, it has a wiring harness that goes in, but you don't need to take that out if you're only replacing this plastic tab. If you have a switch problem, you can tell this without even taking it out. Just depress the switch and have someone in behind the vehicle or a mirror or something, or whatever reflection that you can see whether the brake lights go out when you depress that. If you need to take this switch off, there's just one tab. It goes in, slots in, and you can just push with a little screwdriver in, and it pulls right out. You see that wiring harness hooks up to it. This is one that has cruise control on it. So that's pretty much the switch. Then if you do have this tab that's missing, it comes in a packet of pedal bushing and a pedal stop kit. The bushing is for the clutch side. I'm not going to talk about it today. The packet also includes a pearly white, where this one is showing its age by being discolored. And I have a pearly white tab that goes in. I got that from Napa. When you get ready to get started, underneath there's a dust cover. Now this is out already too, so I can show you a little better. It looks like this. It's right above the brake pedal. On the right side of that, looking at it from the seat, there's a latch. It holds it on one side. And then on the other side, there's a tab that goes into the console part of the dash underneath. Then there's it's kind of a U shape. The part on the right goes into a little retainer on the firewall side. I'll show you in just a minute. It looks like a duck beak. So when you loosen the tab on the front side, you just slide it back towards you, like toward the seat. It'll come right out. That's the easy part. Then when you get it in the vehicle, you'll have to try to show you with a flashlight here. At the top of the brake pedal, you'll see a white tab there. That's sitting in a hole on that little part of the arm that sticks off the brake pedal arm. That's the part that disintegrated. I've already replaced this one. I'm not going to say much else about it except how to put it in. Then you'll see the switch up above there. And you notice the switch part I was talking about, the adjustment levels. If you push that all the way in, of course when you're putting it in, you'll want to depress the brake pedal a little bit. So before you take this old one out, mark, at least have some idea of the depth of that should be inserted into that. So to get it out, you turn it 1/4 turn to the left, pull straight out, and it'll come right off. And you can see the wiring harness goes on the top part of that. I'm not going to talk about that much either because that's pretty straightforward. So if you need to replace the switch, I replaced them both because I figured one part was disintegrated, like the white tab. I may have soon coming issues with the other piece that's adjacent to it, so I just replaced them 15-year-old anyway. So the depth is the main thing on this thing. And to get that white tab in, it's slick as a dickens. So you get it lined up, push the brake pedal in, have the switch out, so obviously you have room to work. Then I use a pair of channel locks because it's offset, because you need a little bit of offset so that the center part of that can go on through by pressing the top part of this. Just squeeze it, give it a little squeeze, and it'll go right in. So then make sure you get the depth back. Bring the brake pedal up to even about where it was when you took it out, and make sure that the depth is about where it was when you took it out. And you can adjust it slightly back and forth from there. But if you push it all the way in, it will make your brakes be on at least slightly, or at least enough to give you some pressure on your brakes. So you want to make sure you get that depth proper so it works both ways, you know, on and off, and not applying too much pressure. Then the duct piece I was talking about, the slot where that front part of the dust cover goes, it looks like that. Pretty straightforward. And I think that should be it. People talk about replacing this white tab with nuts and bolts and other things that you can do. I'd use it for a temporary basis only. They made it plastic for a reason, and to use metal, they could have just left it metal if they wanted to do anything else. So I think the safest thing is to replace it with the original style stop that you need for that switch. Hope that helped you. Take care.